So Toby, nice to meet you first of all. It's been a solid start for you personally to this season, but I sort of want to take you back to last season, just the 10 appearances for Accrington. Obviously that shoulder injury then hit you. How have you sort of found it getting back into the flow of things?
I've struggled a bit, to be honest, something different for me because I've never sort of had an injury, and then I had two operations in the space of a year, and not playing many games, you know, it was difficult. So to not play so long and then, you know, move away from home, join a new team, so sort of like new set of lads to settle in, plus trying to get back from two sort of bad injuries. It's been hard, but I like to think I've sort of coped with it quite well, to be fair.
What was the problem with your shoulder? What did you do?
It was a AC joint reconstruction, which I ripped every ligament in the shoulder all off the collarbone, so that was a bit of a nasty one. So put me back a bit. Yeah.
What was that sort of recovery process like?
Just quite slow. Yeah, obviously it's quite important. Shoulders were keepers, so I had to make sure it was sort of done properly, and just in the gym on my own, it was sort of lonely and, you know, a bit depressing at times, but yeah, it was quite tough.
So how did you manage to cope with that mental side of it that you just mentioned about?
I'd say mentally, I've got a big family, and like real close family, and there's a lot of us at home. So I was living at home when I was playing at Accrington still, and it was really good to go home, and they sort of helped me switch off, and yeah, just probably my family. But, yeah.
How's it feeling now?
Brilliant, yeah, good as ever, yeah.
It's been quite an up and down few months for you, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
A lot of talk about you going to Man United, potentially moving there. So what was that process sort of like for you?
Another difficult one, to be honest, yeah. I had a pretty difficult year, to be honest, looking back. Come about in last summer. That started interest last summer, it fell through. They tried again in Jan, it worked, but you know, that my back came up on the medical. Tried to get that sorted, thought I had it sorted, and then it happened again in summer, just before I came here. Then it flashed up again, which it still wasn't right, and then we thought, right, now's the time to sort of go and get operated on and just get the other side of it, and that happened, and then now we're here, yeah, I'm on the back side of it, hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, and sort of, you obviously mentioned your family around the injury. I suppose they came in handy then as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was, you know, I couldn't have done it on my own, sort of having them looking after me at home, and like we said before, more mentally, more than anything. Yeah, obviously got a big family, and so helped me massively.
Have the staff at Shrewsbury sort of helped you as well since coming in with all these injuries that you've been?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's one of the main things that drew me to Shrewsbury, as well as the number one spot, the physio department. That was one of the first questions I asked the gaffer, you know, with Skitty and all the physio staff. So that was one of the things that drew me here.
Obviously, you spent 8 years at Accrington. Yeah. Like you mentioned, it was your first time moved away from home.
Yeah.
How difficult was it to leave?
To leave home?
To the club as well. Yeah.
I think it was just the right time for me. It was, you know, with the injuries and being out, and all I wanted to do was just get back playing. So that was just the main focus, and you know, I would have gone anywhere in the country, or even, you know, like Europe or anywhere, just to get back playing, because that was just all that was in my head after, you know, a horrible year, as you said.
How have you sort of settled into Shrewsbury?
Really well, yeah, really well. Yeah, all the lads welcome me really well. Get on with Beastie and Joe and all the keepers. Got a good little unit going, and yeah, loving it.
A really strong start to the season for you. You wouldn't have known you had all these injuries if you'd just walked in. I think you saved 2 penalties in the space of a week.
Yeah.
I think it's sort of like 71% of shots saved that you faced in the league alone. You've got to take confidence away from that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think someone said that to me the other day, so it's a good little sort of booster to keep on sort of pushing on when we're not sort of been getting the results, knowing that sort of I'm helping the team sort of as much as I can, and but you know, it's like a new team and new back four gelling with me, obviously, so it was always going to take a bit of time. I knew I was always going to be busy, realistically. That's what sort of sort of exciting, and it was a challenge that I was really excited about to come and do. So yeah, I'm sort of glad I'm helping the team.
How important is that relationship? Obviously you mentioned your little goalkeepers union, but how important is your relationship with the defensive unit as well?
Oh, it's massive, yeah. Especially when it's sort of new. And we always know the big teams in this year and the budgets and the players you're going to be sort of coming up against. So having a solid sort of base is massive.
You're only 23 years old?
23, yeah.
You've made over 100 senior appearances already in your career. Do you sort of feel like you can bring a bit of experience into the team as well? It's still such a young age.
Yeah, definitely. Like you say, even though I am sort of still young for a goalkeeper, I feel like one of the sort of senior players, and I feel like I've been through a lot. So I feel like I've had a 10-year career so far. So it's a bit of a weird one, but yeah, I feel like a sort of senior player. It's weird actually, yeah.
And your first clean sheet of the season against Leyton Orient, how nice was that to get in back?
Yeah, it was really good. It was later than I sort of hoped with all the games in pre-season as well, but I think it was massive sort of for the team more than anything. So hopefully you can push on, and to get another one on Saturday will be even bigger, I think.
An absolutely huge game this Saturday. Have you ever sort of played in a derby of this magnitude before?
We had no real derbies up in sort of Aki. I think the main derby was Burnley, but obviously didn't come across them often. So I've been to Wrexham last year. I was out with my shoulder, but I just went with the team, and even then it was sort of massive. A lot of fans, great atmosphere. So I'm hoping it'll be even better tomorrow. Yeah,
and what sort of the coaching staff said to you in the lead up to this game? They sort of stressed how much this means to supporters.
Yeah, that was one of the first things that's said, as well as all doing our bits. It was mainly how big it is for the fans and what it means to them. So partly we're doing it for them tomorrow.
Yeah. Got to shout a lot as a keeper. It's going to be very loud. Your vocal cords from the week.
I know. So every Saturday night I always lose my voice. So I know a bit of a sore one on Sunday morning, but I'll have to do a few talking on Saturday. Yeah.
Best of luck.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.